Just stop it. Just stop it. Just cut it out. Just cut it out. So many things. Let me go ahead and share this with some folks. What's up? How y'all doing? Da 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 dee doo doo dee doo. Ba ba da ba dee doo ba dee 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 dee. What'd you say? There's nothing. Oh, all the stuff is in. La, 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 la. Okay, there we go. Hi! What's up? I made it. Got a lot of shit accomplished today. I do? I look refreshed? I feel refreshed. I feel refreshed. I slept in yesterday, but then I got a chance. I don't know about y'all, but when stuff is out of place at my house, it drains me. Stuff being out of place drains me. That's just my OCD. So I sat down and made it a priority to fold and hang up all of my clothes because I've been doing all these lives and I've been doing laundry but haven't sat down and folded them. So that was driving me pretty crazy. And I was like, not today, Satan. We gonna get this laundry put away. I do not want to wake up and see that. This is the Dural. It just came in a different thing. With this Dural, there's a day, which is this, which is the plumper. And then at night, it has a peppermint oil that moisturizes your lips overnight. So this is the 2-pack. Then, before I got in the shower and stuff, because I woke up and went immediately to work because we're making some updates on some things, and then I was also researching some things. I like researching stuff in the morning. Go ahead and share the live because we're going to be getting into it. I like to research in the morning. I'm a morning person, so my brain works best in the morning. Hi. So when I'm reading and when I'm researching different herbs and all that kind of stuff, y'all know I love deep diving into that stuff. Jordan is reading the Eat Right for Your Type book, and I am researching different herbs and all that kind of stuff because of, putting these combinations together. And then we are working on some things which should be done in the next couple of days. So, very excited. Jordan, where is my hand oil? It was in here, but it's not in here now. The hand oil. I don't know. You get it on Amazon. What is it? What is it? What is that damn oil from TLC? It's usually in here. It's not in here. Then I don't know where it could be. Is it on the table? Thank you. I don't even remember what the hell it's called. The live is frozen? Is the live frozen? They still will not let you go. Not until 6 o'clock this evening, and you guys will be in the bed. Not until 6 p.m. my time, which will be 9 o'clock your time, which will be too late for y'all. So I'm going live here today, but I will go live again tomorrow and let my moderators put the folks out instead of me having conversations with them. It's 8 o'clock your time. Well, I mean, I'll just do it tomorrow. I'll let them know that I'm here. Have y'all noticed that most of the influencers over there always want people to add their Instagram? And I think it's because they suspend people all the time. You know, go over there and tell people to come over here and follow. Share my promo, but I'm about to do a story and let them know I'm over here.
Okay, so I pissed off the other white women again.
Listen, whenever you are out here trying to do something, you're always going to have people that don't want you to succeed, which is fine. You're always going to have naysayers. You're always going to have people that don't agree with what you're saying and don't agree with what you're doing. I don't even think it was bots. I think it was real people. You know, I don't even know if it was bots. I think it was real people. You know, and there have been a lot of real people coming in and saying, I'm a nutritionist and I've studied food, and hi Cynthia, I've studied food and I've done this and I've done that. And I'm like, then why are you not telling people this stuff? Like, why are you still telling people to eat chicken? Like, why are you not trying to alert people to corn? Why are you not doing that? If you're a nutritionist, why are you, right? So that's how I address them. But my thing is, you don't have to come on my live. Like, do you think that you're saving people from something? Like, what do you think you're saving people from? You no longer listen to doctors and nutritionists because they help you stay. Exactly. I was watching the news this morning, and Katie Couric, if you guys know who Katie Couric is, Katie Couric, you know, has always been battling cancer. She's had cancer for many, many years, and she's always got cancer popping up somewhere. And why don't you get a certificate? Not that you need validation, but you know how much the letters mean. I don't know what do you even do to get a certificate? I don't even know what that takes. You mean getting certified? What is that going to do? All that's doing is certifying that you are who you are. I mean, it's not certifying any credentials or anything. It's just, we've already sent my ID and all that stuff to TikTok because I have a business account with TikTok. So we had to do all of that to get a business account. Okay. So I'm not an influencer. I am an educator and a business person. So we have a business TikTok. That's why I can't like play a bunch of music and stuff on my lives like you see other people doing, because they hold us at a different level or a different standard than they do creators. And I would love to change my profile, but they won't let us change it. So apparently what they told Jordan was they are making it so, I'm paraphrasing, they're making it so that everyone has the same platform, that like there are no differences between a creator account and the business account, so there's no point in us switching it. That was the last communication. That was like last week. So, but my whole thing is, let me let these people know that I'm over here. Hold on, let me make a story real quick. Hey TikTok, it's me, Mama Trey. We are live on Instagram right now. So if you're missing me on TikTok, I'm still in jail. I don't get out of jail until 6 p.m. Pacific time today. But we are teaching and learning over here on Instagram. So follow me. Done. Hey TikTok. Okay. So my whole thing is, please send me a message. Oh, I sure will. What do people think they're saving you from? Doesn't that make y'all wonder? Why do people want to dispel someone telling you that certain foods are harmful according to your blood type? And the thing about it is, I didn't make this up. All I'm doing is sharing the information and making people aware of the information that's been around for 25 years. And there's a certain segment of the population, whether that's black, white, Chinese, it doesn't matter. There's a certain segment of the population that is, they're getting results from this. So why would an everyday average person have a vested interest in you continuing to eat processed foods? Why are they caping so hard for you to eat processed foods? The lady that got really mad at me, the nutritionist lady, got pissed off when I said avocados were harmful to your blood type. She got irate in the comments. And that's when she was, listing her credentials and all of this stuff. And she even had a picture of herself with an avocado. Like she was caping for avocados. You said your intent wasn't to be combative. No. What? Did you think that I was being combative? You said you received backlash from the registered, and I asked one. Oh, a certificate. Oh, you mean like school? Because I don't need it. No. I didn't take that you were being combative at all. I thought you were talking about getting certified on a platform. You know how people want to get their blue check so bad? I don't feel it's necessary, and this is what society does to silence people. Okay? So hear me out for a second. People always ask you what your title is or what your credentials are or what your credentials are before they decide how much respect or belief they're going to give to you. And that's, society has set it up that way so that people that don't have credentials or have letters behind their names, right? They that's their way of dismissing the information that you're giving them. And that's what society does. I don't feel the need to go out and go in debt to prove anything to anyone, because the information that I'm giving has already been proven. The information has already been out there. The information is already solving people's problems. The information is already healing people without drugs. The information has been credible, but a lot of people hasn't read it. They haven't read it. And so all I'm doing is passing along like I've always done, which is what every motivational speaker or whoever, what we do is we pass along information from other people. When I was here teaching Napoleon Hill and Kevin Trudeau and Wallace Wattles and all these other thought leaders, no one had a problem with anything that I was saying. But then when you start talking about someone's deep relationship with food, you know what I mean? When you start talking about something as personal as someone's relationship with food, people get offended. Okay? Because there are people that look at food like it's a literal family member. Like, I've had this food in my life for so long. I've had this food in my life for so long that no one can make me give it up. And that's how people are thinking about food. So when I talk about the relationship that you have with food, yeah, I came back though. They cut you off over here after 4 hours, so I'm just going to stay 4 hours. Hey, good evening. So when you're talking about someone's relationship with food, they literally equate their relationship with food like it's a person. So when I'm giving analogies, I have to speak the way you understand it. The nutritionist should do a 7-day challenge for her personal. Exactly. You know, so when I talk about food beating y'all up or being abusive or all these things, it is what it is. The food has caused people to have more pain and illness and craziness than any human person could have. Food. Okay, so when you think about it in those terms, what do you come up with? If you can connect the dots, food has harmed you more than any other human, than any human in your life. Food. Okay? And there are people out here that will say, I mean, I saw it this morning. Y'all saw it this morning. People sent it to me. I don't go looking for these things. People send it to me. And I don't know why they send it to me. I don't know if they want to chuckle or I don't know why. But there was someone that said, your plate is ghetto. Like the food, you're not ghetto, hood rats. The food you eat. You attract what? What are you attracting? What are you attracting? Are you attracting illness? What are you referring to? Attracting what? You don't need the wrong foods, just like you don't need the wrong man. I attract the info? Not necessarily. I don't attract information, and you don't attract information. Okay? You don't. You lost 3 pounds this week? You don't attract information. People send you information because they want a reaction from you. Okay? You don't attract reactions because you can control your reaction. You don't attract people sending you things. That's not an attraction. I understand the law of attraction. I teach about it. Okay? But people want a reaction. People want to see what my reaction to a video that's out there right now, and y'all know what I'm talking about. And I don't want to give it too much power because this person wants it to have the power that it's having. Because the way that she sees it is any news is good news, and I'm going viral for being so negative. And the last time I went viral for being negative, I made $21 million. My problem with the whole thing is, for her to get wealthy, it has to be at the expense of black women. Tomorrow makes 1 week, glucose levels down, more energy, and I've been going to the bathroom after. Your body is getting back to its factory settings. That's all we're trying to do over here. We're just trying to get your body back to its factory settings. It's out of the box settings. Going to the bathroom after every meal, because that's where I am right now. Okay, going to the bathroom after every meal, everything running the way it's supposed to run. It's just like getting a new phone out the box. When you get your brand new iPhone out the box, it's running the way it's designed to run. So our whole objective is to get back to factory settings. Yeah, somebody sent me that video, and I was saddened by it. And this is, I mean, it's not new to me because I've been saying the same thing all this time. It's always black women, no matter who the influencer is, it's always black women that are being torn down every single time. Everything is always at our expense. Everything. Okay? I feel like a rabbit eating so many veggies. I had to blend my juice up before I got on here. And that is the problem. And then at the base of the whole video, I'm gonna give it 5 minutes, right? Hi, I'm glad you found me because we're about to get into it. Remember when I said that America is preoccupied with weight, right? Nothing else matters to anybody but how much someone weighs. And that's very sad. How she said it and the publicity behind it can be received. Okay? The content was accurate in what way? How was the content accurate? This is what I'd like to know. How was the content accurate? I just want to hear your perspective on it. Anybody else see the video? I want to hear y'all's perspective on it. How was it accurate? So I only have green tea today because I done ran out of my berry teas. So I have to order some of those tonight when I get off here. So I just have straight green tea today. It was disgusting. A video of a network marketing leader degrading her partner about the amount of food that was on her plates. It was the amount of food that was on her plate that was a problem for her. And when I looked at it, it wasn't the amount of food that was on the plate that bothered me. It was the fact that the food was the problem. And the food was on both of their plates. It was horrible, but I can relate to how you feel and how they account. Yeah. It wasn't the amount of food. Trying to find licorice tea. Yeah, don't get regular licorice because licorice, the processed licorice is pork. It raises your blood pressure. Yeah, just throw the whole plate away. She was eating just as bad as her, but the whole point is, again, everybody's so preoccupied with weight. We're looking at a plate full of food and we're having a problem with the amount of food. And it doesn't matter what the amount of food is. If you're eating the wrong foods, you're still going to get the same results. You're still going to get inflammation. Yeah. With her legs wide open and the whole shebang. I mean, you're eating on paper plates. Number one, you're eating on paper plates. Number two, you catered the event. You catered the events. It was a setup. It absolutely was a setup. If you had a problem with something, why didn't you pull her to the side? There is no inflammation in moderation. It doesn't exist. This is what I was saying, that when you go out and you get these gastric bypass surgeries and you make your stomach the size of a boiled egg, why do you gain the weight back? You initially lose some weight, but you never lose all the weight that you want to lose, and then you quickly gain the weight back. But your stomach is still the same size. So how did you gain the weight back if your stomach was still the same size? Because you're eating foods that are wrong for your blood type, and it's causing inflammation, which to the untrained eye is fat. But you have people that feel like they can gorge themselves or eat all the wrong foods and just take some detox tea. I was that person. And that's the thing. You catered the food. You decided that you were going to have Walmart hamburger buns. You decided you were going to have chicken. You decided you were going to have potato salad. You decided you were going to have corn. You decided you were going to have ocean roaches. You decided that. And then you want to shame people for eating it. You shame people for eating it. Oh, I know, honey, my sense of humor is fantastic. You cannot offend me. I easily offend people, but I'm very rarely offended. I understood it was a joke. Okay. So my thing is, it was a setup. And then secondly, you are literally shaming a grown woman for the world to see while you are pouring liquor and orange juice, which is harmful for every single blood type. Y'all have no clothes on, titties about to fall up out your shirts, spilling liquor all over the place, slurring your words. Y'all know I cuss. That was a whole nother level of cursing. And then you want to sit and say, this is queen behavior. Right. That's the problem that I have, Cynthia. You are literally in an abusive relationship. Either you have, what is that syndrome that people have when they love their abusers? It was weird. The whole thing was weird. And it's a setup. And how can you as a grown woman allow yourself to be, and you're supposed to be the church lady. You're supposed to be the church lady. And then y'all wonder why I never congregate with those people. Why I never came to those events. You know, you got people paying thousands of dollars to be in your presence to be abused. Then someone sent me another video, a chef friend of mine, sending me this vegan meal, and I'm sure he thought I was going to be like, yes. And I posted it. I reposted it and said, what do y'all see wrong with this plate? Because I just want to see if y'all been listening. And what I said to him was, it's sad to me that that's exactly what it is. You have no problem being one of the sacrificial lambs for this woman's lifestyle. Because that's what it is. She's literally sacrificing black women's self-esteem and self-worth and hoping to go viral for something that is rather embarrassing and could have been a personal. If you love somebody, you don't embarrass them. If you love someone, you do not go out of your way to embarrass them. And to me, and I've posted several different times of this person degrading black women. Several times. Just like that one time she was talking about, I want to get some white women on my team because black girls don't be wanting to show up. They be showing up late. They be doing da-da-da-da. And I posted that, and y'all still went back and was just like, she right. I don't care what's going on in our house. We don't discuss that in front of mixed company. If you want to get some white girls on your team, then go and get them. But you don't have to say, I want to get white girls on my team, and in the same breath, you're degrading black women. Exactly. That's exactly right. You're so busy trying to fit in with these scammers that you're willing to sacrifice every black woman that got you $21 million and $80 million in 5 years. It wasn't white people that got you $80 million in 5 years. It was black and Hispanic people. No, it wasn't for no love. She just wants to be, I mean, she literally said it. Put me on a Tonight Show or Good Morning America, or this, that, and the other. For what? For what? I just get tired of everything that has to do with black being a negative. It's just so annoying. You know, I'm tired of people thinking that that's the voice of black women, because that's what she says she is. I'm the voice of all black women. And I'm like, for who now? For who now? I'm tired of everything African American being equated with broke or ghetto or poor. Okay? We perpetuate those stereotypes ourselves. That's a sub-segment of the black community. The average black person don't act like that. The average black person don't talk like that. The average black person out here trying to be the best they can be and the best representative of the whole race. She's not. And I want her to stop saying. It's not her. It's not the problem that she's saying it. It's the problem that y'all are accepting it. That's the problem. She wouldn't be able to get away with shit if y'all stopped supporting the bullshit. People are who they are because of the support they receive. These people are who they are because there are people that co-sign the bullshit. So while you're sitting there licking your fingers and pointing at someone else's plate, you should be mindful of what's going on with you. Because those comments, especially if you're an empath, which she is, okay, she takes it to heart. She acts like it doesn't bother her, but it does. Very much so. If you're literally sitting and, hey, do your thing, support her all day. I don't. I did, but I will never again. Because you only got to show me who you are one time. And I allowed her to show me who she was several times. And I still supported her. Okay? Bought her products, had her products, used her products, all of that. Okay? I joined TLC with her as my sponsor. And y'all all know how that worked out. Okay? But the point is, we got to do better. Because I'm tired of white people thinking that that's who we are. That's not who we are. So what happens is white people will see that and think that's who we are, and then they come to you and try to treat you the way they would treat that person. That's not, don't do that. Okay? Our birthdays are one day apart. My birthday is the day before hers. Well, here you go. Okay, let's dive into that. Fuck what they think. She's doing it for them. That's what you're missing. She's doing this for them. She is literally trying to distinguish herself from us. She wants to be the only Negro in the room. That's what you're not seeing it. You're not going deep enough. Okay? This is what black people do to gain white support. Kanye is a perfect example. I just posted a picture on my Facebook. I don't do politics on TikTok and I don't do politics on Instagram. Kanye is posing with a White Lives Matter t-shirt on. Okay? They do that to get the approval of white people. Stormy's not out here representing for the culture. She's just out here representing for herself. I've said enough. Let's go on to the things that matter. Cause that she don't matter to me. I wanted to address it so people can stop sending me the shit. I don't need to see it. I purposely don't follow these people because their energy is wrong. It's all wrong. I don't want any of that shit up in my body. If I'm keeping my mind and everything clean, I don't want to dirty it up with none of that shit. Okay? You are too with my last statement. I see clearly. You just said you don't want them to see you as her. Your security with self has so much to do with it. When I say me, I mean us. We are not a monolith. Okay? We are not one. So no one can be the voice of all of Black America because we're not all the same. Okay? So when I say I'm tired of people, we take one step forward and two steps back every time. Okay? My point is, I focus on black people solely. I don't want my voice to be used with anybody to represent Black America. I focus on us, within us. My products are for Black people. I made them for Black people. The conversations that I'm having are for Black people. So I'm never going to degrade or embarrass my people. That's all I care about. I don't care about being tapped by white America. I don't need their money. I don't want their money. I don't want their approval. I don't need their approval. That's why I don't go get certifications and shit. If anybody needs to go get certifications, it should probably be the people that need it for their egos or for their security and all. I don't need that shit. I read just like everybody else reads. So the information that I'm giving y'all is information that I've read and I've researched on my own. I'm not out here speaking in hashtags. Okay? So you continue to do what you do and I'll continue to do what I do. I've spoken on it. There's no need for anyone to ever again send me anybody's videos from that company that I used to be with. I don't want to see it. I've left there. I've put all that shit to rest. I don't think here nor there about these people because I am on a mission to take care of us. Okay? That's all I care about. I don't care about who's eating barbecue food because what they eat don't make me shit. Okay? But I will always continue to say the amount of the food is not the problem. It is the food. It is the actual food. So we have to get ourselves away from thinking in these generalities because we've been brainwashed into believing, even through doctors, we've been brainwashed into believing that our weight is the problem. So that means we only focus on the outside of our bodies. We do not care about how the food is literally. Can you imagine? This is what I imagine. When I swallow something, I can only imagine what is tearing up on its way down to my belly. That's how my mind works. When I swallow something, I'm literally thinking about how much damage is this causing on its way traveling to get out of my body. What has it done? Has it inflamed anything? Has it broken anything? Has it raised my blood pressure? Has it raised my blood sugar? Has it caused this to happen? Has it triggered this? Has it triggered that? That's how my mind works now. Okay, so even last night, I made my meatballs. Jordan made his own thing, right? Oh, I'm so glad you're here. I'll be probably on both of them. Okay, that's all I think about is how much damage or how much good am I experiencing from what it is that I'm eating. And so I've gotten to the point now where why would I waste my money on something that's going to hurt me? That's number one. Number two, why would I put something in my body that's going to hurt me? But, you complain about the grocery bill and how much food costs this, that, and the other. But if we all start thinking about food as just fuel and not entertainment and not this, that, and the other, and even so far as taking the taste out of it, I know that kind of makes life a little less enjoyable, but you would still have life. There are literally people that have died from food. People are dying from the food, from the diseases that they trigger, from the inflammation that leads to disease, to all these different things. And it's like, okay, there's a saying that goes, a minute on the lips, a lifetime on the hips, or something close to that, right? Again, it's all about weight. But then if we're really deep diving into it, it's really all about inflammation. Because if we're looking at those plates, let's just use this for an example. If we're looking at those plates that had the barbecue chicken. The barbecue chicken in and of itself was a problem, right? First of all, it's chicken, which clots the blood, which then leads to an autoimmune disease. That's number one. Then you put barbecue sauce on it, which we all have broken down barbecue sauce, right? You're rereading How to Eat to Live, and I'm amazed at how much I meant. Yeah, I don't know what we've been busy doing, but this information has been around for decades. But I don't know what we've been distracted by, right? So you got the chicken, which is the problem. Then you got the barbecue sauce on there. Then you got what is it seasoned with? And then you got the problem with how it was even cooked. Because when you barbecue food, you're literally pouring carcinogens into it, which are directly linked to cancer. So that one little chicken wing is causing more problems than anything else that was on the plate. It doesn't matter how many chicken wings it was, just the one is a problem. Then you have corn, which type B blood types, corn is harmful for every blood type, but type B specifically is supposed to avoid it like the plague. So type B is supposed to avoid chicken and corn like the plague. Shrimp, which was always also on the plate, is not beneficial at all to anyone, filled with toxins, okay? The only people that can actually have them in the neutral section is two blood types, okay? Which is O and A. B's and AB's, it's harmful. So when I'm looking at the plate, okay, it's not, you down too bad you started on Sunday? This is all I'm looking for. I'm just trying to see how much inflammation y'all can lose. Because the pounds that y'all are losing is just straight inflammation. And it's so funny because over the years people say, oh, that's just water. Weight is weight. Weight is weight. People are very quick to dismiss all of that. That's just water weight. Is it though? No one talks about the inflammation. Every single person walking around, and I will say it until the cows come home, you do not gain weight fast. You gain inflammation fast. As soon as you swallow something, it's going to trigger. I don't know how else, I don't know what analogy I can use for that. I guess it's kind of like when you put chicken into some grease. As soon as into some hot grease, as soon as you put the chicken down in the grease, it starts to bubble up. It starts a reaction, right? As soon as you swallow something, because at the back of your throat, where your esophagus begins, the acid sits and it is waiting to go to work so that it can start breaking down that food and sending it to the different parts of your body wherever it needs to go for energy, for sugar, for fat, for all the nutrients, for the cholesterol, for all this, that, and the other. It's getting sent out. Brain, heart, liver, kidneys, gallbladder, it's getting sent out to the different places that it needs the nourishment. Since you've been eating by blood type, I've come across a lot of videos warning against nightshade vegetables, corn and chicken being harmful when the students, exactly, you're attracting that. But really it's just your internet listening. Sirius constantly ear hustling. And they're going to bring up stuff that you've been looking up or bringing up stuff that you've been talking about. You've been having fluid on the knee for some time now, and it's actually finally going down. This is all that's going to happen, y'all. If you keep doing this, because right now all of us are just in a corrective state. We are taking the actions to get our bodies back to the factory settings. That's how you got to think about it. Okay? You have taken your body out of the box. You done put a whole bunch of apps on here. Okay? You done probably got a couple of viruses on here. Right? Your shit's running slow. It's dragging. It's clocking. So what do we have to do? You running out of space. You got very limited space on here. So now your phone is not performing, your body is not performing how it was when you got it out the box. So what do we have to start doing? Taking some apps off, right? Why is it so hard to equate that with you eliminating the harmful foods? How is that any different from taking apps off your phone that aren't working for your phone, that's dragging your phone down, that's making your phone slow, that's making it not perform the way that it was supposed to perform? How is that any different from eliminating, hey Karen, how is that any different from eliminating the foods that are making your body slow, making your body inflamed, making your body in pain, making you have bad skin, making your brain slow down? How's that any different? You made the mistake yesterday and had some ice cream and you paid for it. That's not a mistake. You did that on purpose. You did it intentionally. There are no mistakes. But now, Buffalo Soldier, now you see how quickly your body reacts. Now you see how quickly your body reacts, right? It's instantaneous, y'all. The thing is, now you're aware. Whereas before, you still would have eaten the ice cream. You still would have eaten the ice cream and you would have dealt with the repercussions. You would have taken something to mask the symptoms, right? That's what we all have been doing for years. That's what we all have been doing for years. We'll take some Tums. We'll take some apple cider vinegar. We'll take some whatever. Hi, I'm glad you found me. I am here. We still teaching, okay? So now I'm so glad that you guys are actually seeing how this thing works. And when you see how it works, it really starts to open things up for you and you really start to become, I think, creative. It did for me. I've become really creative as far as the recipes and mixing things together and combining things together because I'm looking at my food as medicine. We're going to probably put some stuff together because 20 minutes. I'm telling you, it only takes a teaspoon of something for me to start feeling it. Last night I made the mistake. We're going to put these recipes together because everybody keeps asking me, how do I make this and how do I make that? And I don't write nothing down. Because if you know seasonings, if you know taste profiles, if you know how stuff tastes, you know what to combine. But I'm realizing that not a lot of people know that. Vinegar is everywhere. Vinegar is everywhere. It is so sad. It is in every single thing. You know what you can just think of? Anything that's tangy has vinegar in it. Anything that's tangy, anything that has a zip of tang to it has vinegar in it. That's how you'll know. Jordan made a different meal than I made last night. I had the meatballs and he made some ground turkey, onions, peppers. Did you do the honey mustard salmon?
Like a deconstructed chili.
Yeah, he made a deconstructed chili, a tomato-less chili, I should say, right? So he used ground turkey, kidney beans, peppers, onions, and some spice because he can have cayenne and all that. And I was like, ooh, what'd you have? And let me taste it. As soon as it got in my mouth, I can't have nothing spicy. I can't have pepper. I can't have cayenne. I can't have none of that. And I started chewing it and almost got to the point of swallowing it. And I was like, what the hell am I doing? Got a paper towel and took it out, put it right in the garbage. If I would have swallowed that 5 minutes, I would have had to take a Tums. It would have immediately gave me heartburn. So that's where I am. I'm still breaking habits just like y'all breaking habits. Okay? But that honey mustard salmon is the bomb. Okay? One day this week, I'm going to do my honey roasted turkey breast. But I think I'm going to make a honey mustard turkey breast. But the last time I made a jerk. If you can have allspice, make a jerked turkey breast. Like, get you one of those turkey breasts that has the bone in it, from Jenny O, because that sucker is big. It'll probably cost you like $20, but you can slice that sucker up, put it in Ziploc bags, put it in your freezer, But I will slice on that thing for days, and then when I get tired of it, I'll either make some kind of soup or something. Or I'll just put it in the freezer and bring it out when I have a taste for some turkey. Take a whiff of some balsamic and felt nauseated. See? I'm telling you, you'll get to the point where this becomes, in your mind, you've made it life or death. It's life or death for me. So there's nothing that's worth me being in pain. Nothing. I learned my lesson. My body's like, have you learned yet? Because you're going to keep going through this, and it's going to continue to get worse and worse and worse until you make the changes. And when people allow it to get worse and worse, and then you finally go to the doctor, and the doctor's like telling you what you already know. There's nothing, y'all can't sit here and tell me that y'all went to the doctor. You may not have known what the name, well, hello. Jesus Christ. You're so rude. Don't you see me talking? Hello, Fats. May I help you, sir? He'll act like he's not going to do it, and he does it anyway. Jerk. He acts like he's not going to do it, and then he's... He's a mess. So y'all can't tell me that y'all don't go into the doctor. I mean, he literally, my arm was here, and he moved my arm out the way. He ain't getting no treat. Sir. He don't do nothing but fuss. He don't do nothing but fuss. Nothing. Just fuss about nothing. Just complain about this, complain about that, and And he has to have the last word. He has to have the last word. He's on CBD. He don't get no chill. He on CBD. He is Day. I'm telling you, he is Day from Top Flight Security. If he feels like he will not let people peacefully walk past our patio. If he sees people going fast up and down the road, he's got something to say about it. His job is to protect this house, and he does that. He will not call off work until the doors are closed and the blinds are closed. Yeah, I've already done podcasts. But how is this any different from a podcast? This ain't no different than a podcast. I'm still talking to y'all. So when you go to the doctor, you know, come on. If your stuff is food related, you know, right? And then in the back of your mind, you're saying to yourself, oh, it's finally that diabetes that runs through my family, right? Because no, that was 10 years ago. Y'all didn't know me then. I was doing podcasts back in 2010, before podcasts were even podcasts. So I've already done all this stuff. But y'all know, and I don't know if black people specifically are trained to just believe that it's just a matter of time before our diabetes kicks in, right? It runs through your family because you're all eating the same foods. Think about it. The majority of your people in your family probably have the same relative blood types. Fats, no one has time for your shit today. What is it, babe? What is it? What's the issue? Okay? What is it? We're getting everything? What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? You're saying
I'm comparing our stuff with their stuff,
and we're
hitting everything.
I pretty much knew that. All right.
The vegan protein doesn't have
the enzyme stuff.
The enzymes.
Yeah.
So they just need prozymes, and they get this, they need to get prozymes.
Exactly.
They still need
We're-
a digestive enzyme.
We're
But
doing
pretty
some
much
stuff with our
everything
formulations.
sea moss.
We're breaking it down on our website to where, as you guys will know, what you should have for your blood type. So that's what we're spending our, you may call it free time, but that's what we have been investing our time in the past day or two. Because a lot of people have gone to the site and they've typed in searches for blood type O and all that. So we're going to make it very simple for you to know what you should have specific to your blood type. Will that help? Y'all know, as a mama, this is what I do. I try to find a way to simplify everything that y'all doing. That's all. So I'll take the hit. I'll do the work so that you guys will have an easier time. Your grandma allegedly died from diabetes. My dad too. I'm 47 and I'm watching out for me. You got to. You got to, Reggie. You got to. Because here's what's happening. We are resting in the belief. We're choosing to believe that these diseases are hereditary. We're choosing to believe that these conditions are hereditary. And it's like we're buying into a death sentence. So why would you, and it's funny because there's a funny story to that. We're buying into the fact that there are several people in our families that have diabetes, right? So we're believing that it's just a matter of time before we get diabetes. So exactly what is the motivation for the majority of the people? They'll just rest in it, right? You haven't made a purchase yet. Yeah, I should have it done by tonight. Okay. But that's where all my research, I just want to make sure everybody's getting the right stuff. So it's sustainable and it's going to really contribute to your well-being. Okay. Yeah, people still believe that. But you're going to believe what you want to believe because it's easier to believe that you're not responsible for it. people always tend to believe they're the victim in a situation. Okay? We have literally been trained to believe we're the victim. I'm never going to be that person that's like, pull yourself up by your bootstraps, da 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 da, because we're not talking about money. Okay? We're talking about foods. Right? But it's easier to believe that we get these diseases because no one's responsible except your ancestors. So really, you're blaming your ancestors for you having diabetes. So it was your grandma's fault. Because my grandma had diabetes, but I don't have diabetes. Both my grandmas, both my grandpa, not my grandpa didn't have. My grandpa had really super debilitating arthritis, and he had black lung. He had emphysema, which is what he died from because he was a coal miner. So he had black lung, right? I would never have that job. But they had these diseases, and all through my family on both sides. My father died from diabetes. My mom died from a stroke with high blood pressure, right? You said, if my blood type is A, what foods list should I buy? A. So just click on the link in my bio and click on food list A, blood type A. A positive and A negative is still A. A lot of people get that mixed up. Okay? There's no distinction. If you're an A anything, you're still just A. You're welcome. So we are okay with thinking there is this disease that's prevalent in our family and we just cannot get away from it. But the thing is, you can. How do we break generational curses? The biggest generational curse in the Black community is the fact that we are all eating the same foods from generation to generation to generation to generation. Your nephew possibly getting his foot amputated. His father had both legs amputated and eventually died from diabetes. You are correct, and because my Aunt Bertha had her leg cut off. I was young. I think I was probably like 10 or whatever, but that just horrified me. Horrified me. Okay? The only generational curse that Black people deal with is our food. And we take pride in passing down these recipes. Okay? The newfangled people, these generations, and I would call it, and I'll still call it, the bad bitch era. We're in the bad bitch era where everybody wants to be a bad bitch, right? And luxury, 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 luxury. Everything's about being a bad bitch or having luxury, right? But we're still eating bad. Now that you can afford to have your nails and your feet done and massages and it's self-care Sunday, we're still eating the same shit. We're still drinking the same shit. Right? I saw a video yesterday where somebody says normalize drinking champagne. You shouldn't have to drink champagne on just special occasions. You should just be able to drink champagne whenever. Why would we normalize drinking alcohol? Normalize it for what? We have enough normalcy with alcohol as it is. Every star out here has an alcohol. And once we get our health under control, it will give us clarity. Exactly. They don't want us to get our health under control. Do you guys not understand that? Who is they? You know who the hell they is. How do you keep people destabilized? Because you're eating wrong. Reggie, did you get your list? Did you get your O list? What do you, just list 5 things. List 3 of the main things you eat, Reggie. I'm about to tell you what's going on. Just list three things that you eat on a regular basis. Fats. It would be helpful if you came over here and you were like doing things for me, like warming up my tea or some shit like that. But you just come over here and just be menacing. Who, me? Yes, you. Oh my gosh. 90-pound lap dog. 90-pound lap dog. Why, son? Why, son? Why, baby cakes? What's going on here? You losing hair? You only 2. You losing some hair? You like you got a patch missing. You getting a fight? You getting in a dog fight? You in a dog fighting? Chicken, steak, and hamburger. The son just said, "You are super beautiful. You look." Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. That's what? What? Oh my God! Now he wants to put it's full. What is? Why, son? Why? I mean, his tail is wagging the whole time. Just what's happening, sweetheart? We got limited time over here, so I need you. Okay. So Reggie is eating chicken, steak, and hamburger. Who in the comments wants to tell him what's wrong with a type O and his 3 top things that he's eating? Reggie, what do you put on your hamburger? Do you just eat it plain on a bun? Do you just have the hamburger are you eating it protein style? Tell us how you eat your hamburger. I'm just curious. How do you take it? How do you take it? Because we're going to solve your problems today. Reggie is new, coming to us new. The chicken has to go. So no bread, but what condiments are you using on your burger? What's your favorite way to take your burger? So curious. What's your favorite way to take it? I know when I was eating hamburgers, I would eat it with pickles and ketchup and lettuce and tomatoes and onions. Give me a Wendy burger. Load it up. I want it loaded. How are you taking yours? Mayonnaise, mustard, etc. What's the etc.? Come on live with us, Reggie. Let's solve your problems today. Because we're going to start off with the O's. So you want to come up? Are you in R? What is it? RNR. But come on up with us. We're going to solve all your problems today. What is it? CE1 Jenkins. What's your blood type? Ketchup and pickles. Those of you in the chat, what do we know about ketchup and pickles? On Reggie's burger. He says he has heartburn all the time. What have we learned, class? You're welcome, Faith. I just got it just came across my phone. Woo! Mr. Jenkins, name 3 things that you eat pretty regularly. You're not eating a hamburger, you're eating acid. And the pickles. That's what's causing your problems. You're talking to a heartburn expert. You're talking to somebody that's always had a bottle of Tums for at least the last 10 years on just sitting on the bed. That's what it is. And here's the thing. The stuff that I'm teaching y'all is not causing you to go and buy anything extra. Okay? It's just removing the things that are causing the harm. So why do people get mad at me? Because I'm saying The cause of your problem and your discomfort is ketchup and pickles. Salmon, chicken, and tuna. Okay, have you been reading the comments about the chicken? Okay. What health issues are you dealing with, Mr. Jenkins? This is a safe place. We're all family here. So don't be embarrassed. This is a safe place. We're all in this shit together. Yeah, he's a type O. Ketchup is harmful for every blood type, and he can't have any extra acid in his diet. The hamburger's not the problem. It's the extra acid. Okay? So you have high blood pressure. Is that the only thing that you're dealing with? And is your high blood pressure, do you think, or has your doctor said, is it from food or is it from your emotions? Mine was from my emotions. So mine wasn't high all the time. That's why I was never on any type of medication, because it was ruled by my emotions. So I just stabilized my emotions and I don't have high blood pressure. It was saying if you are positive or negative, does it make a difference? No. Not for the foods list, no. Only positive or negative only matters if you are giving blood or if you are pregnant. Fats, I am working. So go play with Pop. Go play with Link Link. Go get him. Nope. Sir, I don't have the time for the... You go in there with Pop. Go. Go. Now. Go. We just found this out the other day too. Do you season your food? What are y'all seasoning? What are you and Mr. Reggie seasoning your foods with? What are you seasoning your foods with? Because the foods list literally has everything on there. The spices, the herbal teas, everything. So when we're dealing with high blood pressure and you're saying that it's coming from the food, it's generally the seasonings that you're using on the food that is the culprit. Okay? You just found out you're pre-diabetic. Are you eating according to your blood type? Because I've been talking about this for some months. I was using salt and pepper, but I have switched to Mrs. Dash. Okay. So you're eating salt-free now because they said that because you have high blood pressure. Are y'all eating processed foods? What processed foods do you eat? If you're eating any type of processed foods, okay, that's also an issue for your blood pressure. Because processed foods always have an overabundance of sodium and you have no way of controlling that. You can't take the sodium out of the prepackaged foods. Then you are also dealing with preservatives that trigger your blood pressure. You just started. I have eliminated chicken. Can't believe it. What's your blood type? But you're sticking with lamb and fish. You have been talking about this for a minute. Made me learn my blood type. Great. In turkey. What is your blood type? I am ambitious one. Your husband can't eat chili pepper. Neither can I. Any type of spice makes my blood pressure go up. Like when you start hearing that pounding, girl, you can turn this around. Jordan is a B positive. You can turn this pre-diabetic. They told me I was pre-diabetic in 2006. And here I sit, diabetes free. Because you got to remember the ailments that you have came from eating the wrong foods. So now all you have to do is start eating the right foods and you'll fix it. Hey, Tar. Hey, lady. Hey, Haitian. All you have to do, I mean, it literally is that simple. It's just finding out. It's like going down the wrong street. And you're like, shit, I'm lost. And then you look at the map and you're like, oh, let me U-turn and go on back there. Is turmeric okay for foods? It just depends on what your blood type is. Turmeric is not good for me. turmeric triggers my inflammation. But for other people, but I know for me, I'm very specific. I have an underlying inflammatory disease, whereas other people may not. So again, we have to stop speaking in terms of, is this food good? It's not good for everybody. What you have to start asking is, I'm blood type such and such. Is turmeric good for me? The problem that we're having is that everybody's concerned about what everybody else is eating. And what everybody else is eating has nothing to do with what you should be eating. You cannot eat the same things that y'all going out to dinner together now is going to be different. Okay? Potlucks are going to be different. Family get-togethers are going to be different because now you have the information. Me going to a barbecue is not going to happen unless I bring my own food. I've taken my own food. Like my sister used to have events at her house and I would pack my own food. Now, granted, it was the wrong food, but it was the right food for me at the time with a little bit of information that I knew because I was buying into this vegan shit. Y'all just now buying into the vegan shit. I bought into the vegan shit 5 years ago when it was brand new because I'm an early adopter. I try shit out as soon as I hear about it. Cheese, listen, let me tell you how to get off whatever meds you on, Mr. Jenkins. You are not allowed to have any dairy. It's all harmful for you. Dairy in your body immediately turns to acid. Okay? The only acid you should be getting is from red meat because O's need red meat to function properly. Okay? You're staying away from red meat all this time and you should have. Exactly. Okay? You have to find your blood type. You get heartburn from eating everything, GERD, and you don't know what your blood type is yet? Go to Amazon. Let me put this in the comments. Go to Amazon. You order your blood, your Eldin. I'm putting this in the comments and pinning it. Order Eldin card blood test. Okay? If you don't know it. To get your foods list, shit is in my way. To get your foods list. Somebody should have been typing this for me. Foods list. Click the link in my bio. Okay. Post. Pin. Okay. You get it on there for $8. Okay. You'll get the keys to your car. Okay. You're literally getting the keys to your car. This is the manual to how your body is designed to work. Your blood is your life. Okay. And you're getting GERD and all these other things. Here's what I would advise even before you get your test. If you're having these issues, you have to not eat anything with acid. I would cut back on all dairy for now and cut back on all things vinegar based. If you're having GERD and heartburn, it's all vinegar based things. And dairy, because those things, good, I'm glad. Let's start, let's go. Now y'all got the information, okay? Vinegar-based things and dairy things, from what you're dealing with, I promise you're probably a type O. But come back and let us know after you get your thing. Most people, what I'm noticing is most people that have GERD, they have a problem with acid. And so you're probably a blood type that is not allowed to have vinegar, okay? I'm allowed to have, nobody is allowed to have white vinegar, I don't think. But 2 blood types can have apple cider vinegar. I am one of those that can have apple cider vinegar, AB, okay? But O's cannot, and I think it's A that cannot, okay? Avoid dairy and avoid vinegar-based anything. That's ketchup, that's hot sauce, anything with vinegar in it. Tomatoes, any of those acidic things, you can stop those things today, and it will give you some relief, okay? Your wife is B, she's listening, what should she eat? My son is B. B's can have, let's go. We're going to get onto the list because we know we only got 4 hours over here, okay? Mr. Reggie, get the list for O and B, okay? Overview of those 2. And this is why I say it's more important for you to be equally yoked with your husband or wife, blood type wise. Everybody just focuses on the church and all these other things, but the most important thing you could do is be equally yoked with your blood type. Because imagine if you and your wife were both O's. It would make things so simple. It would make things so simple. Okay? And for the people that feel like, oh, I can't eat nothing, I'm like, you need to focus on the things that you can eat. Don't focus on what you can't. You lost 10 pounds in the challenge. My sister got the kids. I sent her to testing. She did the kids yesterday. My sister's an O. Baby Trey and my niece, the oldest niece, are A's. And then Dana, the middle child, is a B. So she got 3 different blood types going on in her one house. Just a question, your baby is AB. Do you think the Baby Star snacks is good? I don't think anything processed is good for anybody. Make your own baby snacks. Just like Jordan made those muffins yesterday. Let me tell y'all about the muffins though. Okay? So we found out that all dried cranberry, you done lost 7 pounds. Like I make my own mixed nuts. Like I was buying the mixed nuts from Sam's Club. And I was going to town on those, but there are seeds and things in those that are harmful to me. So I was wondering why I'm eating these and my face is puffing up and all this, that, and the other. And I was like, oh, okay. I'm not supposed to have almonds. Those are neutral. I'm not supposed to have none of these sunflower seeds or whatever. Those are harmful. So those things were triggering. So the things that I can have are peanuts, walnuts, and chestnuts. So all I eat now is just walnuts because I can have the peanuts, but peanuts I'm very addicted to peanuts. I will sit up and eat the whole bag. I got the bag of shelled peanuts up there. I haven't even opened them yet. Jordy was like, why haven't you opened them peanuts? I'm like, because I'll eat all them damn peanuts. But the reason that I got them in the shells is to make it a little harder for me to, I'll get tired of the shells after a few, right? So I found a way for me not to eat all the peanuts. So make your babies, look at your list and make your snacks from there. Now, also about the cranberries, because cranberries are beneficial to me, but when you turn the package over and look at the dried cranberries, they all have added cane sugar and safflower oil or sunflower oil, okay? And both of those oils are harmful, and then why am I eating this fruit and it's added sugar? So I haven't found any dry cranberry from nobody that doesn't have cane sugar or sunflower oil, right? So Jordy wanted to make cranberry muffins and he got frozen cranberries, frozen whole cranberries, and there's no sugar added, there's no oil added, it's just straight cranberries. So that's what he used in the muffins. Now, when you taste, I'm about to give y'all the goods, right? When you taste that muffin tastes like cornbread with cranberries in it. Because he used the spelt flour. The texture is the texture of cornbread. It tastes like Jiffy cornbread with cranberries in it. And we're both like, yo, this tastes just like cornbread. So if you want to have cornbread for the holidays, just use spelt flour. Instead of using cornmeal or white flour to make your cornbread, the spelt flour tastes just like cornbread, and it has the same texture as Jiffy cornbread. So that's what the muffins taste like. So now that he knows how to go about making these muffins, he's really going to lose his mind in here, because I saw he got some blueberries in the freezer. He got some bananas. He's going to make some banana bread. I can't have any of that. The only one that I can have is the blueberries and the cranberries. So I can't have the banana nut bread, but I'm going to be smelling it. Can all blood types have that? No. But I think spelt is probably, it's either beneficial or neutral. It's not harmful for anybody. Outside
of the fruits.
Yeah.
The muffins, like if you were to make the plain muffins, all the ingredients are
for everybody.
Beneficial or neutral for
Yeah.
everyone.
Like I said. Show him your muffins. Bring your muffins over here. So all the ingredients that he used were either, and he used, as far as sugar, he used the light brown sugar, and very little of that. So it's not very sweet. Look at me, look at me. So it's not very sweet, but it is literally the texture of corn bread. Not that dry cornbread, but the Jiffy. Okay.
That good cake.
The good, yeah.
That good cake.
And the cranberries are a bit bitter, and it's amazing because those two flavor combinations, so it's not too sweet, is amazing. So, where'd you get the recipe, Jordan? Off of Pinterest?
Yeah, I just found it on Google. I'll post it.
Yeah, post it so we can share it with everybody. But when we were watching them bake in the oven, Jordan was like, oh, those are big. Those are going to be big. I was like, so you're making Otis Spunkmeyer muffins. So they were really good. You made banana bread with oatmeal. I bet that was awesome. You blend the oats as a flour. That's a smart idea. Jordan, did you hear that?
Yeah, oat flour is beneficial for me.
Yeah. Did you buy some oat flour?
I have it.
I had
So
all of
that's
that.
probably
I had
what I
all
use
that
next.
vegan flour and shit in here, but that was almond flour, so that wasn't good for either one of us. Okay.
That's probably what I'll use next. Almond stuff has been neutral.
Look at Lincoln over here sniffing these muffins. He's like, "Can I have one? Can I have some?" All right, so let's get into it. Let's go with the O's first, because we got some new folks, and we need to get them fixed up. All of y'all done lost some pounds. Y'all feeling better, looking better, and all of that. We got to help the new guys that just came in here. We got some fellas that are some O's. They are carnivorous. Oh, I was like, that sounded like glass. I was like, what's happening? We got some carnivores in the house. We got some new carnivores. We got to get them fixed up. Okay? So let's start with the O's. You eating the burger is not the problem. It's the condiments that are the problem. And as we all know, beef has been villainized, and I suspect it's because they just don't want us eating it. They want to keep it for the healthy people, right? Just like all these healthy people are out here fixing themselves with herbs. They will go to a herbal shop. They will get the right herbs. They will combine all these herbs at home and all that. But it's us that goes to the doctors. Okay? Wealthy people are not going to doctors. Wealthy people are not on prescription drugs. They're not. Okay? So when I say that this information has been around for 25 years, and there's a segment of the population that's eating this way, and that are very healthy, optimal weight, and all of those things, and they don't have any issues, I mean that. So this information has been out there. It's just that they will come behind it and say, oh, there's no research to that. I've heard mixed reviews on this, that, and the other. Can't nobody tell me that there's mixed reviews on anything unless it's a product that I'm getting off of Amazon. Okay. And even in that, I will read the reviews and I will make the decision. If it sounds like it's common sense shit, I'm going to try it. If it doesn't work out, then I haven't lost anything from it. Okay. So that's just how my mind works. I don't look at something and it's like, oh, it didn't work for other people, so I'm not going to try it. That's the same mindset a lot of people had in the network marketing industry. You know, oh, well, it didn't work for my uncle so-and-so, so I'm not going to try it. Y'all are two totally different people. All of our bodies are all different. But the science behind this makes sense. Because you are all witnesses that what you are literally putting in your mouth is causing you a problem. And for those of you that have made a mistake of eating a cookie or made the mistake of having some ice cream, you see that immediately your body has reacted negatively to what you just ate. So that proves to you, you don't need no scientist telling you nothing. Your body told you that's the problem, that there's a problem, please don't eat that again. Okay? So as far as type O's, which is the majority of America, okay, this is why a lot of people end up with cancer. This is why a lot of people end up with these stomach issues and all that. It's not the meat. It's not the beef. It's not the red meat. That's the problem. It's the addition of other acidic foods, okay? You are only supposed to get your acid from meat, okay? Period. When you start adding in dairy and when you start adding in additional vinegars, that's what's causing you to have all these other health issues, okay? So beneficial to type O is beef, buffalo, heart, lamb, liver, mutton, veal, and venison, okay? Harmful is bacon, goose, ham, and pork. I know you like to have some bacon once in a while. I know you like to have some sausage once in a while, but y'all can't sit here and tell me that you don't feel your blood pressure go up from that. You can't tell me that. Because bacon makes every single person's blood pressure go up. If it doesn't make your blood pressure go up today, keep on eating it. And watch what happens. Keep on eating it and watch what happens. Because if it ain't hurting you today, well, what about turkey bacon? Okay? Turkey is neutral for O's. Chicken is even neutral for O's. But the reason that we tell you not to eat the chicken is because chicken is not beneficial for not one single person. Okay? It's either neutral or it's harmful. Anything that is neutral or harmful on my list, I try to avoid. I just try to eat completely beneficial and completely anti-inflammatory. That's me. I can't tell anybody else to eat that way. I know what's working for me because I have an underlying inflammatory disease, which was sarcoidosis, and I'm not going to do anything to trigger that. Okay? So, beneficial seafoods: bluefish, cod, hockey, sole, halibut. Why am I struggling when I can make this bigger? Bluefish, cod, hockey, sole, halibut, herring, mackerel, pike, rainbow trout, red snapper, salmon, sardines, striped bass, swordfish, whitefish, yellow perch, and yellowtail. From meat to seafood, the O's have it. But the first thing the O's will say is, I can't have nothing. And y'all the ones that can have all the shit that we wish we could have. Spelled as neutral for O's, but it has wheat in it. Exactly. So, spelled ain't good for everybody. There are other flours that y'all can have, but y'all should be gluten free. If you want to simplify your life, O's, be gluten free. Because wheat, corn, all that stuff messes y'all up. If y'all just stuck with red meat, fish, and vegetables, y'all wouldn't have no issues. Not even all the vegetables, certain vegetables. If y'all just stuck with those things, y'all would be fine. Y'all wouldn't have no issues. Okay?
Asparagus
This is
and
A.
broccoli.
This is A. O's. O's. We're on O's.
Yeah, asparagus and broccoli.
Okay.
They're like,
What are you doing, Deirdre? Are you O? Because we really need to get you fixed up, sis. We got a package.
oh my.
Thank you. We really need to get you fixed up. Oh, we got two. Here, send yourself these things. Okay. You're O. What are you eating, Deirdre? Just tell me three, because I've had other people tell me this. What are the top 3 things that you eat most often? What are the top 3 things that you eat most often? Hey, Kalani. What are the top 3 things that you eat most often? Your husband is O and trying to get him off beer. Beer is neutral for O's, but it has wheat, barley. Okay? So it's going to trigger inflammation in his gut, and that's where that's where a beer belly comes from. Because it's mostly O's drinking beer, which is going to affect his gut health and his flora in his gut. Thank you. And all of that is going to make his stomach bigger. Hi guys. Yeah, it's neutral for them, but you should drink it. Okay, so you're in the ER right now. Beef, so 3 things, beef and potatoes. You're not even supposed to have potatoes, Deirdre. Why are you in the ER? This is a safe space. Go ahead, don't nobody know you. Why are you in the ER right now, sis? Why are you eating potatoes? This is my freshly juiced papaya, watermelon, pineapple. Just juiced it right before I came on here. Made a mess too. Because that juicer is your stomach. It's just inflammation. And your back. It's just inflammation. You done inflamed it. Let me tell you, the worst pain you're going to feel in your life is from potatoes. That's why you're in the ER right now. At your doctor's appointment today, you asked the questions you mentioned in the previous post and you were truly shocked. Blood type eating is what she suggested. She suggests your doctor. Well, there you go. So you ask the questions. What she say, Kalani? Can you come up? What she say? How she answer your questions? I'm curious as to what she said. Oh, I would love to be a fly on the wall in these doctor's offices when y'all ask these questions. You feel like 3 10-pound potatoes is it? Yeah, because they are. You had the book on the counter. You had the book on the counter. Your doctor is appointed. I'm proud that you have that doctor. Because most doctors will say there's no science behind that. And I'm telling y'all right now, this is how the doctors are eating. This is how the doctors are eating. They're eating just like this. So why is it that they're not telling us? You got a good doctor. Most of these doctors don't even tell us what our blood type is. So how can they suggest blood type eating and then out the other side of their mouth be like, but I don't know what your blood type is? You have a great doctor. Keep your doctor. Okay? So, Deirdre, it's the potatoes. That was the moment that I said, never again will I put another potato or French fry in my mouth, was when I had that swelling and my head was this big and I was on that treadmill that day. And I said, never again. I've been eating French fries, ketchup, and all that shit. And my body ached from the top to the bottom. And that was it for me. That was it. Because I had been eating according to my blood type. And with the menopause and everything else, all I wanted was some salty, some fried. And I ate French fries 2 days in a row. Your doc said he didn't know your blood type. What? That's so crazy to me. That's so. And then they tell you that your insurance doesn't cover the blood typing test. Your insurance doesn't cover, and it's $400, and your insurance doesn't cover it. And they know damn well you can go on Amazon and get that home test. So why did they tell you that? You better not. You better not eat no potatoes again. Y'all are allowing food to make y'all go to the ER. Okay, hold on a second. I don't know who you are. I don't know who you are, ma'am. Can you tell us why you're coming up, Sun E Day? Unfortunately, I can't hang up on you. If you came up and I could hang up on you, I wouldn't have a problem with that. She said it's the chemical makeup for each blood type, and that's why it works. And that's all we're talking about on here. That's all we're talking about. Everybody, we're all electric. Our entire body is electricity. So I don't understand why we're not treating our body like a machine. Get away from here, you guys. Get away from the tripod. What is y'all doing? Oh, Fats is like, what? Who, me? I'm in the room. It was Lincoln was bumping into trying to get them packages. I know. You better stop. What's up, Melissa? I watch on TikTok, Valmo. Oh, have you started on the test yet? No, I mean your blood type eating. I'm gonna bring her up because let's see what she has to say. You gotta promise me that when it's time for you to go, you're gonna click off. I don't want no problems. Let's go and hit that right there. Come on. Exactly. Y'all treat y'all car better than y'all treat y'all body. What's up, girl?
Hey, I'm waiting on it to come through my email.
Waiting on what?
My eating plan.
Well, I can't send it right now because I'm on the live.
Oh, I know. Hey, girl, listen. I ain't playing with you.
What's your blood type? Jordy's sending it right now, as a matter of fact.
I'm an A.
Oh, Lord. My mom was an A. I just want you to be prepared for some drastic changes. Are you ready?
I need some drastic pain relief, so I'm ready.
Oh, my gosh.
Yes.
Listen, you're going to have it in the next 2-3 days.
Okay, well, I'm ready.
All it is just eliminating the things that are causing the pain. Just like
I got you.
You're sitting up in the damn emergency room right now because she ate potatoes. That's why.
That's a mess.
Doctor, I don't know if her doctor's going to tell her, but I know I experienced the worst pain in my life when I ate potatoes. And that was just a few months ago.
Well, I haven't had pain from potatoes. I guess it's from everything else, but I'm ready.
What did you eat lately? Tell us what you ate lately.
I made chicken soup, which I'm not supposed to have.
Okay.
With all the vegetables plus potatoes and onions. And a lot of vegetables and salmon.
It's the chicken soup that took you out.
Yep.
None of that.
And adding salt to stuff is what my problem is.
Listen, what I have discovered we did a deep dive into the salts the other day. And I've always said that the only salt that I can consume that does not raise my blood pressure is kosher salt. And so when we were on the live the other day, I said, let's figure out why it is that kosher salt works for me and the other ones don't. Pink, because people are like, what about pink Himalayan? I'm like, it raises my blood pressure. What about sea salt? It raises my blood pressure. And what about iodine salt? It raises my blood pressure. Well, found out all those salts are the same. The only one that's different is kosher salt. And the only thing that makes kosher different is that kosher has not been manipulated in any way. They have not added any iodine to it. So pink Himalayan, table salt, and sea salt are all the same salt. Okay? And it
Gee.
all has had iodine added to the salt. The only thing that kosher salt is sodium chloride, which your body requires. Your body requires sodium chloride. It
So
doesn't
that's what I'll
require.
be purchasing.
Exactly. I didn't
That's
even
what
know
I'll be.
why it wasn't raising my blood pressure. So you get iodine from other foods, but they were saying their thinking is we need to get iodine into everybody's diet. What is everybody eating? Everybody eats salt.
Right.
Okay. So their conventional thinking is, well, we'll put it in something that's very common so that we can get iodine into people's bodies. But you can get iodine in a way that's not going to raise your blood pressure.
So that's how I'll be getting mine, sweetheart. And I appreciate you talking with me and sending out my plan ASAP.
Did he send it?
I have to check because I'm on my phone right now, but I
Okay.
will definitely be
Well,
be
it'll be
be
there.
on
It'll
it.
be there. If it ain't there now, it'll be there in a few minutes.
Okay, well, I appreciate you,
You're
sister. And
welcome.
I wanted to tell you that whoever TikTok must be out of their mind. How you gonna make somebody listen to a TikTok? Listen to your live on TikTok. Get off. You know,
I don't.
just don't talk to me. That's all there is
Just
to it. Just don't listen
no.
to
Why are
me.
you here? Exactly.
Exactly.
It's crazy. But we'll be
Listen,
over there tomorrow and we'll see what
listen, yell, scream, fuss, cuss, whatever you got to do.
happens.
I don't care. I'm just getting what I need, okay?
That's right. That's
Yes, ma'am.
right.
God bless you. God
God bless
bless you.
you.
Thank you.
We're gonna fix you up, sister. Don't worry.
Yes, ma'am. I'm going to be in touch here. Love you.
Bye.
Wow.
All right, y'all. That was great. That was great. But listen, that's where we all are right now. We just solving problems. We just trying to solve problems. So let's talk about. Can you click yourself off so we can get back to the full screen?
Absolutely.
Okay, thank you. All right, so what we're doing, Bragg's. Let me tell you what Bragg's is. The Bragg liquid aminos is just soy sauce. It's soy sauce. That's it. Okay. You have to X yourself out for it to go off. There you go. All right, so let me talk to you about the salt again because a lot of people they don't know this. Okay. We did the research while we were on the live the other day about what's the differences between these different salts. And what I have said is all of this stuff is marketing, right? You have all these people putting organic, putting vegan, and putting all these things on the label, but it's all the same production. There's no difference, okay? So the salts, we found out they're all the same except kosher. What's the difference between the kosher salt and Himalayan sea salt and regular old Morton's iodine salt is that those three salts have been manipulated to add iodine to it. Kosher salt has not been manipulated at all. It's just straight sodium chloride, which is a nutrient that the body actually needs. As a matter of fact, I think I may have taken a screenshot. It is a nutrient that the body requires, okay? So you have to have salt in your body to make it run efficiently, but You can get iodine from other things. Like iodine is rich in sea moss. Like our product, the sea moss that we have, it has bladderwrack and burdock and sea moss, right? Sea moss is pretty much made up of bladderwrack and burdock. So here's the interesting things I found out about burdock and bladderwrack today, right? It says